Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Tarble Arena on the campus of Carthage College in Kenosha. It's the women's volleyball home opener as the 5th-ranked Carthage Firebirds open up their season at home against the Lakeland University Muskies. Good evening, everyone. John Weiser with you. Glad you're along for another season of volleyball here on our video stream. We'll be with you throughout the year covering women's volleyball as well as all the home contests involving Carthage athletics once again this season. As we mentioned, this Carthage team, a preseason number 5 ranking in the AVCA coaches poll that came out last week. And this is a team coming back from an 11-2 record, 7-2 in the CCIW. The Firebirds have been on quite a run over the last couple of years. You recall back in 2019, 31-4, won the conference at 8-0, won the conference tournament, got the automatic bid, lost to number 1 Emory University in the NCAA Division III semifinal match in 2019. Last year, a truncated season in the spring, if you recall, and an 11-2 record, 7-2 in conference, and the opportunity to participate in the AVCA Invitational down in Indianapolis. They finished first in that tournament, and Haley Horner was named the MVP of that tournament, and she returns this season. She is the leading returner coming back for Carthage. She is a 5th-year senior taking advantage of that extra year granted to all NCAA athletes because of COVID. And she was a first-team all-conference selection in 2019, honorable mention All-American, and as I mentioned, the unanimous MVP of the AVCA tournament. She has some help. Libero senior Megan Durant coming back this year as well, 3-year all-academic CCIW member, and she had 126 digs, which was number 2 on the team. Nicole Acton, the other senior middle blocker, back as well. She was an all-conference first-team selection in 2019. Last year in the 13 matches, she had 52 blocks, led the team in that category. In 2019, in which she was selected first-team all-conference, she had 91 blocks and a hitting percentage of .325. And also Catherine Schutte returns as a setter. Jenna Millo, a sophomore setter, will be back this year. And Michaela Morgan, a junior who saw some action in 7 matches last year, also returning for the Firebirds. Meanwhile, for the Lakeland Muskies, they're out of the NAC conference, the NACC. They too played a spring schedule this past spring, a 7-5 record in that a truncated season because of COVID. They were picked to finish 6th this year in the NAC. And this year, instead of going with a North and South division, the NAC conference is going to go with one 14-team slate in a division. So top 6 teams will make their conference tournament this year. And they return 3 starters, including someone who is familiar to our Kenosha viewers. Sydney Pingator is a senior and an Indian Trail High School graduate. She was the NACC North Division Defensive Player of the Year last season. She had 274 digs, which was number 1 on her team, 32 assists, which was 2nd on the team, and she had 15 service aces last year. That was good for number 1 on her squad. So Sydney Pingator, one of 3 seniors returning for this Lakeland team as they open up the campaign here against the Carthage Firebirds. It's a busy week for Firebird volleyball as they will head down to Lake Forest for a tournament this coming weekend. Friday and Saturday, they will take on Benedictine University at 4 o'clock Friday afternoon. Then they'll face the Sabres from Marian University on Friday night at 6 o'clock. And then on Saturday, a noon contest against Loras College. And then a final matchup against host Lake Forest at 2 o'clock Saturday afternoon. So good tune-up here for Leanne Ulmer in her 21st season as head of women's volleyball here at Carthage College. So we're excited to bring this to you tonight. First of many matches that we'll have here on the stream. and excited to bring it to you here with fans in the stands. The revised attendance policy again this season because of COVID. We are following CDC guidelines, and fans are socially distanced 3 feet apart. Everyone in the stands wearing a mask. No fans will be allowed down on the floor during and after the match.
Welcome to the Tarble Arena for this evening's
Let's head down to the scores table for our announcements for tonight.
Lakeland University and Carthage College. The NCAA promotes good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and fans. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. The NCAA, the CCIW, and Carthage thank you for your cooperation. At this time, please direct your attention to the American flag located at the north end of the arena. It draped the coffin of Captain Frank Vavrin, a former Carthage student who died in Vietnam in 1970. The flag is a gift to the college from his parents. In remembering Captain Vavrin, we pay tribute to all who have sacrificed their lives for our country and honor those who today put themselves in harm's way in service to America. And now at this time, please rise and remove your caps for the singing of our national anthem by Carthage student Krista Clace.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And now for the starting lineups of tonight's match between the Lakeland Muskies and your Carthage Firebirds. First, let's meet the Muskies. Starting at libero, a 5'6" senior from Kenosha, Wisconsin, number 5, Sydney Pingator. At outside hitter, 5'11" freshman from Las Cruces, New Mexico, number 10, Susanna Stevens. At middle blocker, the 6'3" sophomore from Kewanee, Wisconsin, number 15, Katie Metzler. At middle blocker, the 5'9" freshman from Prior Lake, Minnesota, number 19, Isabella Westerholm. At center, the 5'6" junior from Potter, Wisconsin, number 21, Emily Duco. At right side hitter, number 6'2" junior from Union Grove, Wisconsin, number 28, Emily Bird. And at outside hitter, the 5'7" sophomore from Kewaskum, Wisconsin, number 34, B. Scholes. Head coach of the Muskies is Ryan Schaff. He's assisted by Abby Baumgartner, Cameron Eckham, and Allison Eartham. And now, introducing your Carthage Firebirds! At right side hitter, a 6'1" freshman from St. Michael Albertville High School in St. Michael, Minnesota, number 2, Liv Garrell. At libero, a 5'8" sophomore from Akanto High School in Akanto, Wisconsin, number 3, Aubrey Buhager. At center, a 5'8" sophomore from West Aurora High School in North Aurora, Illinois, number 5, Jenna Nolan. At middle blocker, a 5'10" sophomore from Lockport Township High School in Lockport, Illinois, number 8, Lena Ajabola. An outside hitter, a 5'11" junior from Lakeland Way East High School, hailing from Frankfort, Illinois, number 12, Molly Skoda. At middle blocker, a 6'1" senior from Geneva Community High School in Geneva, Illinois, number 20, Nicole Acton. And our right side hitter, a 6'4" senior from Wheaton North High School in Wheaton, Illinois, number 24, Haley Horner. The Carthage women's volleyball team is coached by Leanne Ulmer. Coach Ulmer is assisted by graduate assistant coach Megan Barrett and assistant coach Barb Clark. The referees to the match are Miguel De La Rosa and Tom Cody.
So we're just about set for our first match of the season. Number 5 ranked Carthage Firebirds set to take on the Lakeland University Muskies. John Weiser with you. Glad you're along for our video stream here tonight. Very busy evening here at Carthage. We've got women's soccer going on across the way. We'll try and keep you posted on that throughout our volleyball broadcast here tonight. And a homecoming of sorts for Sydney Pingator out of Kenosha Indian Trail. One of the leaders on that Lakeland team. Also going to see more of Emily Bird, who is a sophomore from Union Grove, actually went to Waterford Union High School. Played on that conference championship team, the Wolverines, in her senior season. Lakeland in the dark jerseys, Firebirds in the light jerseys tonight. Again, this team ranked 5th in the preseason AVCA coaches poll. Coaches in the CCIW have this team pegged to win a conference championship again this year. So targets on their backs, and Leanne Ulmer loves it. Talked with her before the match tonight, and she relishes that opportunity. She loves the competition. She can't say enough about how the spring season this past year, playing those 13-14 matches, has really shaped the development of this squad that is out here right now. And it also helps to have your leading player back in Haley Horner.
Serving for Carthage, number 5, Jenna Millen.
Millen will serve for the Firebirds to get this match underway. And she'll get the ace right off the get-go. It's the way you want to start the season. Get that first serve in there. Match it for an ace. Now we'll set it up at the net. And the kill by none other than Haley Horner off the nice set that time.
Haley Horner with the kill.
Beautiful job by Aubrey Buhager that time to set that up, get the dig to set up that point. It's tipped up front by Ajabola. Go left side. Nice dig out by the Muskies. Blocked at the net by Ajabola. They get it over. And this one in just inside as it got past Buhager. Evens this, or I should say gives the Muskies their first point of this game one.
Number 15, Katie Metzler.
This will be Metzler, Katie Metzler, sophomore out of Kewanee, serving for Lakeland. Dug out of there by Carell. Ajabola got it over. Another dig out of there by Corral. That one just a little long. And it got in just inside the line, excuse me. 3-1. Haley Horner getting the credit for her second point tonight. This will be Liv Corral, the freshman from St. Michael, Minnesota. Freshman able to dig it out to the net, but a little too much into the net that time, and the point will go to Lakeland. Good effort that time by Corral that time, trying to set that one up.
Serving for the Muskies, number 27, Rosalie Carrasquillo.
Rosalie Carrasquillo out of Waukesha South by way of Puerto Rico. Serving for Lakeland. And a hard smash off that right side once again by Haley Horner. Her third point of this game one. 4-2 in favor of the Firebirds.
Number 3, Aubrey Bruhager.
This is Aubrey Bruhager, sophomore from Oconto High School in Oconto, Wisconsin. Tipped at the net, and it falls in for the point for Lakeland. Good effort over there on that left side.
Serving for the Muskies, number 1, Nate Sullivan.
This is Maeve Sullivan, sophomore from Mother McCauley High School in Chicago. She'll serve it from the left side. And set it up at the net. Good over that time by Skoda. And then trying to pound it over, but into the net was Nicole Acton. And Lakeland has evened this game up at 4 apiece. Once again, Sullivan to serve. Tough one there. And a nice set at the net. Beautifully done there by Isabella Westerholm. Freshman from Prior Lake, Minnesota, drops that in, and Lakeland has their first lead. All this coming with the sophomore Sullivan serving. 5-4 Lakeland. Set it up, and Horner able to finish it off. Beautifully done by Jenna Millen that time to set it up for Horner. That is her fourth point so far in this game. Evens it now at 5, and Horner will serve. Nice done at the net, Nicole Acton that time. Once again, Isabella Westerholm just trying to drop that one over the net, but Acton was ready, pounded it right back over, and it's a 1-point lead for the Firebirds. Horner gets the service ace.
The Firebirds, ace!
And she is living up to her expectations. Honorable mention, All-American last year. MVP of the ABCA invite as that one goes for a point for Firebirds. And they've rattled off 4 straight. Take a 3-point lead here in game one. And that one.
The Firebirds, ace!
Another ace, back-to-back aces here for Haley Horner, the senior from Wheaton North High School. And for the first time tonight, the Firebird chant goes up. Great to have the fans back this season. It was odd doing the spring schedule last year as Firebirds keep it alive at the net. They go to the left side. Near kill by Skoda. Kept alive by the Muskies. That one going long. Liv Corral that time, the freshman, letting that one go wisely, and it'll go for a point for the Firebirds. They have 6 in a row, and they lead 10-5. Ryan Schaff in his 8th year as head coach for Lakeland. Going with the suit and tie look on that sideline tonight. 6-point run here with Horner serving. I'll set it up. Left side again. Nice block up front by the freshman Westerholm. Horner nearly got the kill that time, but good recovery by the Muskies to keep it alive. Again, left side to Acton. She'll get the point. Check that Molly Skoda. Skoda getting the point, the junior, working that left side. 7 straight run here for the Firebirds. Timeout taken by Lakeland here in this first game.
To the CDC recommendations.
Women's soccer underway over at Keller Field tonight. And Illinois Institute of Technology has taken an early 1-0 lead.
Carthage Athletics would like to thank you for your cooperation.
Was on a goal early in that first half. They're into the 14th minute over there. It's 1-0 Illinois Institute of Technology. The Carthage men on the road down in Texas tied their match today 2-2 as they opened up the season with a tie. We'll talk more about that match in between games here tonight. As I said, everything's starting to get underway here for fall sports. We've got football coming up Saturday as the Firebird football team travels to Whitewater, taking on 4th-ranked UW-Whitewater. That'll be a broadcast on the radio only, and that'll be on AM 1050 WLIP. You'll also be able to get that on the radio stream, WLIP.com, for those that want to tune in on the internet for that. My pleasure to bring you that football once again this year over the airwaves of Kenosha's radio station. 20th season of calling Carthage football. 7-point run here for the Firebirds. They lead at 11-5. Horner serving through those 7 points. Nice recovery in the back by Corral. Blocked up front beautifully.
Point, Lakeland.
Into the net that time. Lakeland will get the point.
Number 5 is Sydney Pingator.
And this is Sydney Pingator, right here in Kenosha out of Indian Trail High School, serving. North Division Defensive Player of the Year last season in the NACC. Horner able to get it across.
Firebird.
Horner comes out firing here in her season debut.
Molly Skoda.
Skoda to serve once again, 12-6 in favor of the Firebirds. Skoda digs it out. They'll set it up at the net for Horner. That one long.
Point.
Rolled up the arm that time of Haley Horner. Went long beyond the end line.
Number 21, Emily Duco.
Emily Duco, a junior from Potter, Wisconsin, Hilbert High School, serving for the Muskies. They trail by 5 here in game 1. Service error.
Firebird.
Point to Carthage. They lead at 13-7.
Serving for Carthage.
Nicole Acton will serve for the Firebirds. Still looking for her first point tonight. And Lakeland able to follow up with a nice point.
Serving for the Muskies, number 34, B. Skulls.
B. Scholes, the sophomore from Kewaskum, serving. They get it to the net. Ajabola gets it over and gets the point.
Firebird.
Lena Ajabola, little blocker, 5'10 sophomore at Lockport.
Serving for Carthage, number 5.
Gets her first kill tonight. 14-8 in favor of the Firebirds. We're in game number 1. Opening match of the season here at the Tarble Arena. And they get the kill.
Point.
Susan Stevens, the freshman out of Las Cruces, New Mexico.
Number 15, Katie Metzler.
It's Katie Metzler. Again, only 3 seniors on this team. She's a sophomore, so a very young team here for Lakeland. Going for the kill and just in. on the kill, Liv Carell.
Liv Carell with the kill. Serving for Carthage, number 2, Liv Carell.
This is Liv Carell serving after getting that point. All conference and rookie of the year in high school. She'll set it up from the back line. They'll go left side, nice. Reverse that time on the effort by Skoda. And then Horner with the kill, going middle of the floor, gets the point for the Fire. Horner, 7 points here in game number 1, and once again, Carell serving. And a service. Oh, that just got over. I was going to call it a service error, but it turns into an ace, the 4th one tonight for Carthage. Dug out of there nicely by Pingator. Middle of the floor, and Carell could not handle it. Point goes back over to Lakeland. Now substitution here for Lakeland. They'll get their service set up now. Rosalie Carrasquillo from Puerto Rico. Prepped at Waukesha South High School. And gets the point. Falling short there at the net. A little confusion there as Jenna Millen couldn't quite get to it. 6-point lead here for the Firebirds. They'll go to Horner for the kill once again. 8 points in this first game for Haley Horner.
Starting for Carthage, number 3, Aubrey Bruhager.
This is Aubrey Bruhager serving. Played for her mother, Nancy, at Oconto High School. So get it to the net. And the kill.
Point.
Isabella Westerholm that time. Able to get that one past Millen.
Muskies, number 1, Maeve Sullivan.
Maeve Sullivan back to serve once again, this time from the opposite end here, near side. 18-12 in favor of the Firebirds. They trailed at 1 point, 5-4. Nice change up that time on the over by Nicole Acton.
Nicole Acton with the kill.
And once again, we go back to Haley Horner. A couple of service aces already tonight for Horner. She started that run. They were down 5-4. Got them going on that 7-point run midway through this first game. That one going long.
Firebirds.
20-12 in favor of the Firebirds here in game number 1. Horner again on the serve. Horner will set it up at the net. They'll go left side, and they're able to block Acton's attempt at the net. And it falls in, and it will be Muskie Point. Pingator to serve. Dug out of there by Bruhager. To the net and over that time by Acton. Nice save there by Carell. Left side it goes, and the point for Carthage and Molly Skoda. The 5'11 junior hammers that one middle of the floor and gets Carthage to 21. Nicely done. Nicole Acton again, active at the net. Able to drop that one over. Skoda on the serve once again. 22-13. Firebirds blocked nicely up front by Acton. And they get it over, set up by Horner. Horner now over. Dug out of there nicely by Rosalia Carrasquillo. And the point goes to Lakeland.
Serving for the Muskies.
This will be Emily Duco serving for Lakeland. Horner sets it up. And long on the attempt that time by Acton. Another point for Lakeland. Horner ran into her middle blocker that time, trying to set that up. They got a little more communication there. Sure they'll get that worked out before the season is over. Far side. Firebirds get the point. Liv Carell, the freshman, able to knock that one in.
Number 20, Nicole Acton.
This will be Acton, the senior from Geneva High School, Geneva, Illinois. Set it up to Carell, gets it over, dug out by Pingator. Nice job by Horner. And set up in the back line by Sullivan. Drops it over in front. And nice job by Ajabola that time at the net for the block and the point. Game point here for the Firebirds. Sullivan trying to save it. It's got to go over. They get it over. Now Carthage will set it up. Which way they're going to go? They'll get it over. And it was deflected out. Point to Carthage, and they win game number 1, 25-15. Game 1 goes with the Firebirds here in the opening match of the season at the Tarble Arena. Still 1-0 in favor of IIT over at the Keller Athletic Field. Women's soccer debuting tonight. We mentioned that Carthage men opened up their season earlier today, men's soccer. 2-2 draw to Concordia of Texas to open up the season. Been a while since Carthage opened up their season with a tie. And they have one more game down in Texas this weekend before returning home. Meanwhile, for this men's soccer team, getting goals today, Mickey Riley and Omar Cordova scoring the goals today. Riley, 5 goals in 4 matches this past spring, scoring the first goal of the season. The teams played to a 2-2 draw. This is on a penalty kick by Concordia of Texas that tied the match up, and then 2 10-minute overtime sessions ended in a tie. That might bode well for this men's soccer program. Last time they opened the season with a tie was in 2015. And Steve Doman's squad went on to win the CCIW tournament crown, and they reached the second round of the NCAA Soccer Championship that season. So perhaps a good omen for the Firebirds in that outcome today. They will take on Hardin-Simmons University this Saturday at noon down in Texas. Played Texas, Concordia of Texas down in Round Rock at the beautiful Round Rock Multi-Purpose Complex. Area of Texas teeming with sports down there. So Carthage women take the first game I should say, 25-15. They will take part in the Lake Forest tournament this weekend. And then next weekend, September 10th and 11th, right back here at home for the Carthage Invitational. I'll tell you more about that as our evening progresses here. All set for game number 2. And really the star of game number 1 was Haley Horner. 8 points in that first game. couple of service aces along the way for Ms. Horner. And the next home match for this women's volleyball team will be coming up next Saturday and Sunday. Or Friday and Saturday next week, the 10th and 11th, the Carthage Invitational. Firebirds will play MSOE at 6 and Bethel at 8 on Friday the 10th. And then Platteville in Whitewater on Saturday 11th. You'll want to get in here early for that. And I would suggest if you're coming in, again, social distance seating here in the Tarble Arena, and you will be required to wear a mask. We're underway game number 2, and Lakeland comes up with the first point of game number 2. B. Scholes from Kewaskum to serve. Carthage trailed only once, 5-4 in game number 1. Rattled off 7 straight and cruised from there. Blocked up front by Ajabola. But it goes out of bounds. Lakeland picking up their second point. Third block tonight for Ajabola. Softly over by Ajabola. Now they'll set it up at the net. Blocked up front. Nicely done by Liv Corral, and the point goes to the Firebirds. Their first point here of game number 2.
Serving for Carthage, number 5, Jenna Millen.
Jenna Millen to serve. That one is long. Just went out beyond the end line.
Lakeland.
First service error tonight for
Serving for the Muskies, number 15, Katie.
Jenna Millen. Katie Metzler to serve. Her squad up 3-1 here in game 2. Carthage winning game 1, 25-15. There's contact, and the point to Lakeland. Their largest lead tonight now by 3, 4-1 here early in game 2. Corral trying to dig that out. This time Horner gets it over. And nicely done by Lakeland. Emily Duco stepping in there to get the point. And it's 5-1 Muskies. Trouble on the serve. Aubrey Buhager unable to return it. And quickly a 6-1 lead here for Lakeland in game number 2. Nice return off the kill shot by Corral. And Horner finishes it off. My goodness. 6'4", 50-year senior Haley Horner.
Number 2, Liv Corral.
Liv Corral will serve, the freshman out of St. Michael's, Minnesota. And into the net for a service error, makes it a 8-2 lead now for Lakeland.
Serving for the Muskies, 27,
Rosalie Carrasquillo to serve, the freshman from Ubacoa, Puerto Rico. She will set it up, and that one into the back corner on the kill. Lakeland running up a 9-2 lead here in game number 2. Dig by Buhager, over by Horner. Pingator will set it up. Now Carthage on the return. Softly over, but it goes out. Unfortunate error there as Molly Skoda tried to finesse that one over, and it's a 9-2 lead. Timeout taken by Carthage. Women's soccer going on tonight across the way at Keller Field. The 29th minute. And the Hawks from Illinois Institute of Technology still leading the Firebirds 1-0 season opener for the women's soccer program. And the students not in yet here at Carthage. Some students have returned, but check in over the weekend this coming weekend. Freshmen checking in on Saturday. And the rest of the students Sunday and Monday. Classes start up on Wednesday next week. But again, so happy to see the fans here at Tarble Arena. And there's some of you at home probably wishing you could get up here for a Carthage event, but we'll see you up here before too long, I'm sure. Parents and family watching on our video stream tonight. We welcome you in. 9-2, Firebirds trail here in game number 2. Buhager will set it up. And they come right out firing here. Skoda able to finish it off for the point. Aubrey Buhager will serve here, the sophomore. Pingator got it right to the net. That one won't make it over. Pingator from the back line that time for Lakeland. Was trying to set up her front line, but too much of it into the net. 2 straight points now for the Firebirds. And that one out. Service error makes it 10-4.
Serving for the Muskies, number 1,
Maeve Sullivan will serve for the Muskies. Again, she goes the opposite side here. Putting up a 6-point lead here in game number 2. Buhager to the net. Horner off of Pingator. Point Firebirds. 9th point of the night for Haley Horner. Confusion there. Pingator trying to save it. Sullivan gets it over. Buhager. Left side it goes. Skoda for the kill. Right in front of Pingator. Horner gets it over, set up by Sullivan. Blocked up front, Carthage keeps it alive. And it falls in for a point for the Firebirds. Nicole Acton will get credit for that one, the senior from Geneva. And the Firebirds on a bit of a comeback here. 5 straight now for Carthage. Dug out by Horner, set up at the net, and we got a foul on Carthage. Double hit. That ends the run, but Carthage has closed to within 4 here. And Pingator to serve, the ITA grad from here in Kenosha. And the serve goes out. It's the 4th service error tonight for Lakeland. Carthage to within 3. Carthage will rotate in a server now.
For Carthage, number 6, Megan Durant.
Megan Durant making her first appearance of the match. 5'4" senior out of St. Charles, Illinois. Durant, part of the experienced group coming back, and she gets the point. Carrasquillo unable to get it over. And an ace for Carthage. Pingator. Carrasquillo. And double hit. Carthage on a roll now. They've closed to within 2. Make it within 1. 11-10 here in game 2. They trailed at 1.72. Blocked at the net nicely. Pingator. They'll get it over. Nice over that time by Scholes. Soft shot, middle of the floor, kept alive beautifully that time by Carrasquillo. Now Buhager, left side it goes, deflected. Pingatore keeps it alive. Goes deep and long. Carthage has come back to even this up now at 11 apiece. That one long. So Lakeland gets the point. 12-11 Muskies here in game number 2. Carthage winning game 1, 25-15. Started out slow, but has battled back here. Duco to serve. And the work at left side's got to go over. Pingatore with the save. Short at the net, dropped over. Buhager. And it's long. Buhager trying to set up Liv Corral that time, but Corral couldn't quite place that one. She was trying to go far corner and could not get it in there. 13-11 now in favor of the Muskies. Corner. Left side, and Acton's attempt blocked, and the point to Lakeland. Trying to set up Acton that time here on the right side. Catherine Schutte in there up front too for the Firebirds. Buhager immediately over. Now they will set it up. And that one going long on the attempt that time by Gracie Hibbets, the freshman out of Flora, Illinois.
Number 20, Nicole Acton.
Nicole Acton to serve. Her team down 2 here in game number 2. Ajabola with the block in the point. That is her 4th block tonight. Nice job that time by Lena Ajabola, the sophomore from Lockport. That one is long, and Carthage has tied it up once again at 14 all. Middle of game number 2 here. Pingatore to the net. Nicely done that time by Megan Durant. Able to keep it alive for the Firebirds. They get back line in. Point to Lakeland. Emily Bird getting credit for that one. Bird, the sophomore from Waterford Union High School. That one in for the kill. Once again, Haley Horner finishing off that point. Let's see if the Firebirds can go on a run now and close this out. Match, or game 2, even at 15 here. Get it up and over. Duco able to set up Metzler that time for the point. 16-15 Lakeland. Metzler to serve. Buhager. Across and over, but too long that time by Liv Corral.
Liv Corral with the kill.
That one was in. They ruled that one in. My bad. Even at 16 with Corral serving. Set it up on the right side. Kept alive. Horner to Pingatore. They can play it out of the ceiling, and they do. Buhager setting up Corral, left side. And unable to finish it off was Molly Skoda. Point goes to Lakeland. Up 1 here, late in game number 2. Carrasquillo will serve here for the Muskies. Pingator trying to dig that out, and it goes into the stands here on the near side. Horner again with the kill. And this is Buhager tonight, looking for her first service ace. She's got 4 digs this evening. Carrasquillo setting it up at the net, and the finish by Westerholm. Lakeland up 1, a seesaw affair here as Sullivan will come in to serve. Again, she'll go the opposite side here, working from the left side. Buhager up front. And Horner bangs another point in for the Firebirds as she knocked over Carrasquillo that time. Evens it at 18 apiece. And Horner will serve. 3 aces, 11 kills, and 5 digs tonight for Horner. Pingator. Carrasquillo. Nice block at the net. Trying to get it over, and they can't. Came right back down to Sanaya Gant, the freshman from Texas. And they could not get it over. 19-18 Firebirds. Horner on the serve once again. Oh, and we got it. Net contact for Carthage. It's going to go against Nicole Acton. So once again, we're even at 19 now as Pingator set to serve. Buhager digs it out. Corral will get it over. And that one just in front of Corral on the back line. Lakeland goes up by 1 here in game number 2. Pingator to serve. Horner. They'll go left side now. They'll try and drop one in. They get it back over. Buhager will set it up once again. Well, I should say Acton will get the point for the Firebirds. Even at 20. Megan Durant will serve, the senior. Sullivan. Carrasquillo blocked up front by Acton, and the point to the Firebirds. Block point for Acton. And Lakeland will burn a timeout here. We're late in game number 2. Carthage trailed by as many as 8 here in game number 2. And they're up by 1. They won the first game 25-15 tonight. And the Firebirds will be in Lake Forest this weekend, Friday and Saturday. They will play Benedictine Friday afternoon at 4 and Marian University at 6 down at Lake Forest University. And then on Saturday, they'll face Loris and the Foresters from Lake Forest. A 12 noon game match against Loris and a 2 p.m. match against Lake Forest. And then next weekend, Friday and Saturday, the 10th and 11th, it's the Carthage Invite, as MSOE, Bethel, UW-Platteville, and UW-Whitewater come into the Tarble Arena. Firebirds will play MSOE at 6 o'clock Friday night, September the 10th here at the Tarble Arena, and then face Bethel in the second match at around 8 o'clock. Then on Saturday, the Firebirds will play UW-Platteville in a 2 p.m. match on Saturday the 11th, and a 4 p.m. matchup with UW-Whitewater. That's coming up next weekend. Next home series for Carthage Firebird Volleyball next weekend, the 10th and 11th, the Carthage Invite, Whitewater, Platteville, Bethel, and MSOE. 21-20, Carthage has battled back, trailed by as many as 8 early in this game. Serving now with a 1-point lead, Durant will get it over. Durant kept alive. Corral over and blocked in for the point. Katie Metzler will get credit for that one, the middle blocker. And we're We're back even at 21 as Duco will drop back to serve for the Muskies. In back corner for Corral. Carthage up 22-21, looking to finish this one off. Nicole Acton to serve. Dug out of there by Sullivan. Once again, Acton sets it up to the net. Ajabola gets it over. Again, nice dig by Duco. Back line kept alive. Well, going to get it over. Pingator will set up the front of the net. Blocked up front. Ajabola keeps it alive. Now Durant will lob it over. Blocked again up front. And again the point. Goes to Lakeland. Good effort that time by Carthage to keep that volley alive. Ajabola at the net. Both her and Schutte trying to keep that rally alive. Nice block again, Ajabola. Pingator, they keep it alive and get it over. Corral to Schutte. Horner dug out of there that time by Scholes. Blocked again by Ajabola up front. Pingator sets it up. And they go for the kill long. Trying to nail the corner that time was Gracie Hibbets, the freshman from Flora, Illinois. And Carthage now up 23-22. Looking to finish this game off. Blocked again by Ajabola, and again a point for the Firebirds. And so we reached game point once again for the Firebirds. Here in this second set. Millen gets it across. Blocked up front. The Firebirds pull this one out. 25-22 here in set number 2, and needed 2 sets to none here in the season opener for Firebird Volleyball. Boy, what a set for Carthage, down at 1.92 in this game 2. They battled all the way back, rattled off 7 of 8, tied the match at 12, and then a seesaw affair the rest of the way through, finishing off with 3 straight to close this one out, 25-22. Looking for the sweep here in front of Lakeland. Well, the Muskies, after tonight, they have a very intriguing schedule here. 5th ranked Carthage tonight. Then they will play 9th ranked University of Chicago, along with number 7 Hope on Friday. Then on Saturday they'll face 18th ranked College of St. Benedict and wrap up their trip against College of St. Benedict on Saturday. They'll open up the home portion of their schedule against UW Stevens Point on Wednesday, September 8th. So here are the numbers through 2 sets, and it's been Haley Horner's show tonight. 11 kills for Haley Horner, leading her team in that category. Jenna Millen, meanwhile, with 19 assists. And Lena Ajabola with 3 blocks tonight. Haley Horner with 5 digs as well. Aubrey Bruhager with 4 for the Firebirds. Meanwhile, on the attack, Scholes and Stevens each with 5 kills tonight. 2 service aces, one each by Metzler and Carrasquillo. And on the dig, B. Scholes with 5, leading her team in that category. First half over in women's soccer over at Keller Field tonight. Illinois Institute of Technology with a 2-0 lead. At halftime, 2 goals and 6 shots, with 3 of those shots on goal for Illinois Institute of Technology. Carthage with 6 shots in that first half as well, with 1 shot on goal. So the Firebirds trailing at the half over at Keller Field, 2-0 to the Hawks from Illinois Institute of Technology. Here it's the Firebirds up 2-0, 25-15, and taking game 2, 25-22. Horner with 14 points tonight to lead the way for Carthage, 5 each for Stevens and Scholes for Lakeland. Carthage will serve here in set number 3. Firebirds got off to a slow start in set number 2. See if they come out firing here on the serve by Millen. Blocked by Ajabola. Pingatore gets it over. Now Carthage will set it up. Here comes Horner, and there goes a point. 12th kill tonight for Haley Horner. Carthage up 1-0 here in set number 3. Looking for the sweep. To get it over, and they do. Scholes gets it across. Now Ajabola, back line to Scholes. That one is long. Lakeland evening this one up at 1 apiece. And a service error by Metzler.
Serving for Carthage, number 2, Liv.
That's her first service error tonight, 3rd one of the evening for the Muskies. Freshman Corral now to serve, Liv Corral. That one just made it in. Freshman Corral standing out here in this first match. St. Michael Albertville High School. That one glances off the arm of Aubrey Buhager, and the point to the Muskies. 3-2 in favor of the Firebirds. Going back to serve will be Carrasquillo for the Muskies.
Rosalie Carrasquillo.
Horner in, just in the corner. Another kill for Haley Horner. 13 kills tonight for Horner. Buhager to serve. Corral tried to keep it alive, took it off the shoulder for the Firebirds. And the point to the Muskies. They closed it within 1. This is Maeve Sullivan on the serve. Nice change up there. Carrasquillo able to keep it alive. Back line it goes, Buhager. And the kill by Molly Skoda. Her 5th kill tonight. 5.5 points for Skoda. 5-3 Firebirds. Pingator digs it out. Carrasquillo. Corral now sets it up. Nice block, but it goes out in favor of the Firebirds. Westerholm was there trying to keep that one alive for the Muskies, but unable to do so. 6-3 now in favor of the Firebirds. Carrasquillo setting it up at the net and over that time by Dibbits, and that one lands in. Just snuck in the corner, making it 6-4 with former ITA Hawk Sidney Pingator to serve. Just clipped the net. Nice block up front for the point. Katie Metzler, 6'3" sophomore. Right there to drop that one straight down to pull her team to within one here in set number 3. Again, Pingator to serve. Corner. Far side it goes, Skoda. Dug out of there nicely by Pingator once again. Punched over that time by Swope. Acton gets it over. Now Pingator will set it up. Deflected and over. Pingator with a nice setup that time for her teammate Scholes. Able to finish it off to even this third set at 6 apiece. Warner digs it out. Now gets it across, but it's long and out. And Lakeland takes their first lead here of set number 3, 7-6. Pingator gets it in. Buhager. Across by Horner. Carrasquillo setting it up. Buhager once again, and now we got a whistle. And the point to Carthage on a hand violation. We're even at 7 here in set number 3. The Firebirds looking for a sweep. Serving for Carthage is Megan Durant. Service error into the net. Let's see who will serve now for the Muskies. It's going to be Duco, the junior. And nice soft touch at the net to get it over for Carthage. Nicole Acton will get credit for the point. Acton to serve, even at 8. Sullivan digs it out. They'll go right side and the kill. B. Scholes with the kill. Scholes now with 7 kills tonight. 9-8 in favor of the Muskies. Ajabola dug out of there once again by Scholes. Now Buhager setting up Corral. Now Pingator going to set up near side to Stevens. Kept alive by Buhager. Corral over, Pingator with the dig. Off of Buhager and out, the point to Lakeland. They've opened up a 10-8 lead here in set number 3. Again, Scholes to serve. Horner. Corral in on the back line. Past the diving Scholes. Point to the Firebirds. They cut it to 1.
Serving for Carthage, number 5, Jenna.
Jenna Millen will serve now for the Firebirds. Her team trailing by 1. Horner brought it across. It's got to get over. It does. Horner will kill it off. Again going back line as they crowded the net. That opened up the back line, and Scholes again unable to reach it. Evens this third set now at 10. That one is long on the kill attempt by Sanaya Gant. Carthage back up by 1. And Millen gets it across for the ace. Lakeland going to take a timeout here. Trailing by 2. We're in set number 3. Firebirds looking for a sweep. They lead it by a score of 12-10. Again, a reminder, busy weekend. We talked about the volleyball action this weekend down at Lake Forest for the women, but other events going on as well involving Carthage teams this weekend. You've got the men's football getting set to open the season on Saturday as they will take on 4th-ranked UW Whitewater in Whitewater this weekend. Women's soccer, Battle of the Border here at Carthage College this weekend. On Saturday, the women will take on Luther College at 7:15 Saturday night here at Keller Field. And then on Sunday, they will take on Albion College at 5. I mentioned men's soccer playing to a 2-2 draw with Concordia of Texas. They will be at Hardin-Simmons University on Saturday, a noon start in that match. Men's golf gets underway this weekend as well. It's the Culver's Edgewood College Fall Classic going on in Janesville. Again, you'll be able to follow Carthage College Firebird Athletics all season long on social media. Follow the Firebirds on Facebook at facebook.com/Carthage Athletics, Twitter at Carthage Sports, and on Instagram at Carthage Athletics. Point for the Firebirds, and they've opened up a 3-point lead here in set number 3. This all happening with Millen on the serve. Blocked by Ajabola, and the point for the Firebirds as it falls between Pingator and Stevens. Millen now 5 straight points on the serve. Buhagen to Horner, and it's dug out by Duco. Kept alive by Corral, but palmed it. And the point will go to Lakeland.
Lakeland. Serve for the Muskies, number 15, Katie Metzler.
Metzler will serve for the Muskies. Set up once again by Duco, and the point will go to Carthage. Double hit. (14-11) in favor of the Firebirds here in set number 3. Make it 15-11 Firebirds looking for a sweep. Corral on the serve. Pingator. Cross by Stevens, and gets that one in there. So Metzler served through 2 points. 6 of the last 7 going for the Firebirds, and they lead by 5. Dig by Scholes. Gant. Nice set that time by Millen. Horner across. Again, Gant blocked by Ajabola, but I believe she made contact with the net. Nope. Lakeland making contact that time. 17-11 Firebirds. Corral on the serve. Ace once again for Corral. That's her third tonight. 7-point Firebird lead here in set number 3. That one goes long on Corral, so the point back to Lakeland. They trail by 6. And this will be Rosalie Carrasquillo. Corral. Set up Horner, and the kill shot goes long. Pingator, the last second, pulled away from it as it went long off the back line. Point back to Lakeland. They trail by 5. Buhager. Corral, dug out by Pingator. Carrasquillo, try the right side. Again, Corral with a nice dig. Got to go over, and it does get over that time by Skoda. That one gets through. Millen sets it up. Horner. Just a little bit long as it got past Carrasquillo and out. Another point for Lakeland. They've closed it within 4. Buhager digs it out. Ajabola will get the point as that one glanced off of Scholes.
Serving for Carthage, number 3, Aubrey Buhager.
Puts it 19-14 Firebirds. Aubrey Buhager, the sophomore, serving. That one is a service error.
Point, Lakeland.
Second service error tonight for Buhager.
Sullivan.
Here's Kate Sullivan. Sullivan with 4 digs tonight. Austin Horner able to finish it off. Haley Horner with an all-star performance again tonight. That's 15 kills tonight for Horner and 19 points on the evening for Haley Horner. And a service ace. Horner. And it's her 4th ace tonight, leading the team in that category. And why not? She's a 5th-year senior. Crowd into it now. Locked up front, and it will roll off. Point to Lakeland.
Serving for the Muskies, number 5, Sydney Pingator.
Pingator, the Kenosha native, to serve for Lakeland, down 5. Need a rally. Horner. Far side and over that time by Skoda. Set up by Horner at the net. They'll go again left side. Skoda again dug out by Pingator. Horner will set it up. Acton to finish it. Again dug out of there nicely. Good volley that time. Locked at the net, and we got a double hit. Up front, glanced off both players. The point will go to Carthage. Firebirds 22-16 lead now. And
Serving for Carthage, number 6, Megan Durant.
this will be Durant serving. 1 ace and 1 assist tonight for Durant. Carrasquillo sets it up, blocked up front, kept alive, brought back over, and the point for the Firebirds, I should say. Nicole Acton. Caught myself there. 23-16, 2 points away from a sweep. Another service ace. Carthage with 11 service aces tonight to 2 for Lakeland. And we're at match point. Millen to serve. Carrasquillo setting it up. Key, no, shot, and over. Carrasquillo kept it alive to Pingator. Key, no, shot, off the net. Pingatore with a diving save. Carrasquillo keeps it alive. Corral finishes it off, and it's a 3-set sweep for the Carthage Firebirds in their season opener here at the Tarble Arena. Your final in set number 3, Carthage 25, Lakeland 16. So Carthage takes the 3-set sweep tonight, and will take that into a busy weekend as they will head into Lake Forest for the Lake Forest tournament at Lake Forest College. They'll take on Benedictine this Friday afternoon at 4, and Marion at 6. A 3-set sweep, 25-15, 25-22, and 25-16 for the Firebirds. The 5th-ranked team and the favorite to win the CCIW, off to a great start here at home. It'll be a long season. They've got some great teams coming up. As I mentioned, they've got the tournament at Lake Forest this weekend, Friday and Saturday. Benedictine and Marion on Saturday, and then Lois and Lake Forest on Sunday. Check that on Saturday. Then next weekend, back here at home at the Tarble Arena, it is the Carthage Invite. 1 week from Friday, that'll be Friday, September 10th, and Saturday, September 11th. MSOE and Bethel, the opponents, on Friday the 10th at 6 and 8 p.m. Then on Saturday, it'll be UW Platteville at 2 p.m. and UW Whitewater at 4 p.m. You want to get here for that. Should be a great weekend for Carthage Volleyball next weekend. Then they'll open up conference play on Wednesday, September 15th here at the Tarble Arena, hosting the Milliken Big Blue, a team expected to challenge Carthage for the CCIW crown. Stand by. We've got Leanne Ulmer expected to join us up here in the booth. Waiting for her to make her way up. Haley Horner, the player of the game tonight by far. 20 points tonight for the 5th-year senior. She had 15 kills, a .323 hitting percentage, 4 aces, 7 digs, and 2 block assists tonight for Haley Horner. Led the team in kills with 15, points with 20, digs with 7 tonight, tying with the freshman Corral. Liv Corral was 7 tonight. Jenna Millen leading the team in assists tonight with 24. Meanwhile, for Lakeland tonight, it was Scholes. Check that, Stevens with 9 kills tonight, Scholes with 8. Scholes with 8 digs, along with Pingatore to lead her team in that category. And then on the assists, it was Duco with 10 tonight for Lakeland. Joined now by Leanne Ulmer, head women's volleyball coach, now in her 21st season, and that's the way you take care of business. Can't hear me, huh? Oh boy. Well, let's see. Let's see if I can get this to work correctly for you. Still can't hear me? Well, we'll try and do it this way.
Not here to do?
Nope, I can hear you perfectly.
Yeah,
I can hear you fine, Leanne.
Get nothing. I got nothing.
I'll tell you what, you can use the mic. I'll just talk to you if you just want to use that mic right there. We can just talk. Yeah, absolutely. We got it. What a way to open up the season here tonight, huh?
Yeah, what a great night. Yeah, it's great to get started. It's great to kind of get those kids out. We had a scrimmage the other day, but it's different when it's a real season. Haley Horner was in fuego. She was on fire tonight. I think her leadership is valuable. She came to play. You know, and I think it really picked.
You want to hold that up a little bit closer? There you go. Just hold it right like that. You're not on TV, so.
Yeah, Haley was on fire. I think it just really picked up the team. She came to play. This is her 5th season here now with the COVID. This is her year, and I think we just need to jump on her back and go. Play hard.
Absolutely. I thought that's exactly what she did tonight. I thought she did lead her team, and she played with a purpose here tonight. She's going to be the leader, no doubt.
Right, no question. And I think our centers might have been a little tentative tonight. I think we can. I know that they're really good, and I think we can get them going a little bit better and spread out the offense. Set 1 was good, and then we kind of got flat in set 2, and they put some good serves on us, so we didn't respond real well. But to the girls' credit, they kind of hung in there and tussled out that second set with a good team. So Lakeland really plays hard. They play really hard. They've got some good size. So, it's a good start for us. It's a good lesson. It's fun to be home. The crowd was great. The guys, the football team's having a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun. We really enjoy them being here.
I thought the other person tonight that stood out for me was the play by the freshman Liv Carroll.
Yeah, she's a baller. She's a player. Yeah, she can play. And I'd like to see us get her the ball a little bit more, but she's a great all-around player. Serves well, hits a really heavy ball, can bust up some blocks. Yeah, we're super excited to have her here.
And then I thought the other person that stood out was Millen tonight, 24 assists tonight. She helped out.
Jenna does a really good job, and I think we'll just get better in that department. You always have to win the serve pass game, and when we don't, we struggle a little bit. But yeah, it's a great start. It's great to get it on film. Great to see what we have. We're just going to have to keep building every time we go out there.
Big weekend down at Lake Forest now, so you've got Benedictine, Marion, Loss, and Lake Forest on the schedule Friday and Saturday.
Yep, so we're looking forward to that. This is great to be home, great to start here in our gym in Tarble Arena, and we're looking forward to going on the road. Last year we got to go on the road once. I think that helps the team bond, helps some of those little things. And yeah, they've got a beautiful facility there. We're looking forward to going and playing those teams, and just keep trying to get better each time out.
And I know you've got a very tough schedule this year. You come right back for the Carthage Invite next weekend, the 10th and 11th, and that's going to be fun here.
Yeah, the schedule's going to keep ramping up. Yeah, which is good. Hopefully we'll gain some confidence as we go through each practice and each match, and the schedule's only going to get tougher and tougher. We got some tough back-to-backs coming up. Home tournament should be great. Love to have a big crowd for us that weekend.
And I mentioned on the broadcast tonight, you don't back away from that. You relish the opportunity to play great teams.
Right. You need to play good teams. You need to go out and compete, because the goal, our conference is very tough this year. You're gonna be in it there. If you have any chance in the region, you got to play really hard. You got to go try to get better. And so we want to be challenged. We want to get after it. Helps me coach them when they can see the things they need to get better at. And I think a big challenge is keeping that focus and keeping your energy level up game to game to game. And it's a challenge, but one we have to take.
And we saw that in the early part of set number 2 tonight. It was a challenge
to rally yourself. Yeah, we were kind of flat. Nobody was really getting anything done. I don't know. Nobody's going to hand it to us, that's for sure. And they took it to us, and we really had to fight our way back with some service runs.
Well, good luck this coming weekend down at Lake Forest. I'll see you back here. I'll see you back here in a couple
weeks. All right, we appreciate it. Let's go, Firebird fans.
You bet. Thank you. Leanne Ulmer joining us here on that post-game. A 3-set sweep tonight for the Carthage Firebirds. 25-15, 25-22, and 25-16. Again, a reminder, we've got women's soccer this weekend. Battle of the Border going on. That'll be Saturday, Saturday and Sunday here at Keller Field. Football coming your way Saturday on the radio for those of you who'd like to tune in on AM 1050 WLIP here in Kenosha and on the stream at WLIP.com. It will be Carthage football Saturday at UW-Whitewater, the 4th-ranked Warhawks, national runners-up to North Central in 2019. You have the schedule on the screen now. You got women's soccer wrapping up. They trail 2-0 in the second half to Illinois Institute of Technology. Men's soccer Saturday on the road at Hardin-Simmons. As you said, women's soccer here at home on Saturday and Sunday. And Sunday, the men return, taking on St. Norbert. I will have that match here on the live stream at 1 o'clock Sunday afternoon. My big thanks to John Voinovich and his student staff once again for bringing you this volleyball match here on the live stream on live.carthage.edu. I'm John Weiser, wishing you a very pleasant good evening from the Tarble Arena, where tonight the Carthage Firebirds sweep out the Lakeland Muskies in 3 sets. Until Sunday, have a great weekend, everybody. See you back here on the video stream Sunday afternoon at Carthage College.